This time on Woody's Garage. Oh look, you have a little Johnson. Tee-hee.
Alright, today we got my second Johnson 4 horsepower outboard. 1970. I got two of these. One I pulled out of the trash that works great. It's on the boat right now. Hardly uses any fuel. It's been my favorite thing on the pond this year, this summer, since the price of gas is so high. But I got the second one that I've always had problems with. It will run, but not for long. I got out the compression checker, and we got 25 pounds in each cylinder, which is nothing. Add a little oil to it, goes up to almost 30, a little over 30 or something like that, nothing more. So I'm guessing it's a head gasket. It's got to be, or there's no rings in there. So I think we're going to check the head gasket. What we got, this little tiny head. It always amazes me that 4 horse is so small. And it's 2 cylinders. So we'll zap those off and take a look. Oh, we can't get them all with this, of course. Out of the way. Sneaking wires. I still gotta get those bottom two. And then maybe we can kind of get a ratchet in there. You could use a regular wrench. When I was a kid, I remember when I got my first, boy, that was totally loose. That one was pretty loose too. I was saying, when I was a kid, like in high school, I remember when I got my first ratchet wrench. Before that, no ratchets, just regular wrenches. Look at this, you can even pull the screws out. This is crazy. Oh yeah, blown out right across there. It's pretty crappy looking. Those little pistons. Cylinder walls look pretty good. So that's it. I'll have to get a head gasket for it. I saw one on eBay for about 12 bucks. On second look there, that's not blasted all the way through. Now I put a post on iBoat forums telling them the situation, and they agreed that it's probably a hub blown head gasket. But they also say that the heads actually warp. So put it on a piece of glass and use some sandpaper and get it smooth. I mean, the thing looks so cruddy. I bet it is leaking. Yeah, this the water routing here is all filled with junk. I've actually cleaned it out a little bit, but that would make it get hot. And there it is. It came off in one piece. I couldn't believe it. But you can see that, yeah, it broke in the middle there. Look at all that junk in this water jacket. I have to get all those cleaned out. Yeah, we scratched out most of the junk out of the water channels and filled them up with PB Blaster to kind of dissolve what's there. We got the bolts in a nice little bath there, get the rust off of them. Alright, here we got different grades of sandpaper. And I'll take this and just do it kind of in a figure 8 pattern. See where it's worn. See if there's any warpage. Get it clean, basically. Well, here you can kind of see like the outside edges are already silver, so it looks like, you know, it might be cupped a little bit or something. So keep going until everything's nice and silver. I think we're going to move down to a lighter set of sandpaper. Figure 8 pattern. You want to go like this and like this. I don't know if that's totally bad, but I recommend the figure 8 if it's even. Underneath all this we have a piece of masonite. That's pretty flat. Yeah, how's that looking? I don't see anything that looks really low. Might be inconsistent. I'll keep going for a while. I think it'll be good. I'm kind of lucky. This doesn't look all that bad, although I've been at it for a little while. But it's deceiving. It's also hard to do. I gotta get one of those things they call a super scraper, I guess. Carbide bit. Although I'm surprised that people use something like that. Wouldn't it eat into the aluminum head? Alright, we got the head gasket, and we put the head back on just to keep the parts together and stuff like that. I found out that the head torque is, I think it was 65 to 87 inch-pounds, or about 5 to 7 foot-pounds. Of course, we're not going to be able to get a torque wrench in here because there's just no room. So we'll get the feeling of what it's like on these nuts and bolts. On these bolts, we got them pretty clean, but they could be cleaner. You can feel a little bit of grit when you're pulling them out, so that'll screw up a torque reading. And I've heard that these you know, the heads warp and stuff like that, and that's why we sanded it down to get it nice and flush. Hopefully that's flush, not wobbly. And the new head gasket is OEM, so it's original equipment manufacturer, so it's exactly the same as the old one. Got the new one on the left, the old one on the right, where that breech was. Your part number. It's a new gasket. Ah, something I forgot. Do you know what it is? It's been about a week since I got back to this thing, so I kind of, that's my excuse. These bottom ones got to go in first. Make sure we're clean, so they can get down there to the little pit. Now 5 of these bolts have a washer on them. one does not, and I reckon that's this one for the plug holder, that the this part works like a washer. Okay, we'll get those in there. Okay, we're between, this is very hard scale to read, about but from 0, 5, 6, and then 7 would be here, so I'm at 6, which is right in between. This doesn't do inch pounds. Of course, these wires are in the freaking way. 5 pounds does not seem like a lot. You hear the click? Those are all at 5 foot-pounds. Then we'll take the wrench and see what that feels like, kind of. That's pretty tight. And we'll do the bottom ones. These actually felt loose. Ow. Ouch. When I took them off. Yeah, these feel about the same. We'll put the torque wrench back on it again in a minute. Yeah. And that is not very tight at all. Okay. Should be good. Let's see what it's got for compression. Okay, we got 0. Oh, the sun's coming out. And in the top cylinder, we got 55. I was hoping for a lot more than that. 50. Okay, that 50 pounds didn't sit well with me, so I'm going to take the head off. Maybe grind it down a little bit more, sand it down. Put it on a piece of glass, which I never did. So, before I even sanded it anymore, I put it on glass and it felt totally fine. No wiggle or anything like that. No warping. But one thing I noticed on the gasket, it's got this little tab up here, and we have this little tab up here on the head, and I don't know if I had those two aligned. I don't know if it matters, but it's going to be aligned this time. Still 50 on number 1, top one, 50 on the bottom one. Well, I was going to wait till try it till tomorrow, but I think I might try it now. Haha, I'm brave. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I got a note too, it's near impossible to video this because when you start this engine up, as you see, the propeller goes. So, I mean, this thing takes off like a banshee, and you gotta hold on, you can't have a camera going and stuff, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to take my word for it, but I think I'll bring the camera out and see if we, you know, can take a little footage of it while it's running. I didn't mention also, with the water this low, I have to row out a little bit, about 20 feet, because it's too shallow. That looks more fun. Won't get in their way. Well, it ran, but very, very poorly. Didn't really change speed. Seemed like it was running on one cylinder. adjusting the carburetor did nothing. So I think maybe it's too low compression, but it also doesn't have a good spark on one of the cylinders. But I think it should have done better than that. And it started to rain too, that was no fun. Alright, it's the next day. It's a beautiful day. Should probably give up on this engine. But I don't know, I want to look at the points. I'm thinking maybe if it has better spark, maybe it will run. So we got an 11/16 on the flywheel. Put our impact. That off. And my least favorite part, using the wheel puller. Screws in these three and pop the flywheel off. Okay, this socket is a size too big for this puller, but it's all mushroomed at the top. Let's see if it works. I don't know what happened there. Oh, yes I do. If I loose it, it's got to be on tight. There we go. Here's what we got under here. And I don't know if I put new points in this thing at one time or another. Obviously I've been in here. Now if you can see down here, there's an indicator. It says, if I read it this way better, it says top, and it's got like this little star thing there. And that should be where it's open the widest, although it doesn't look like it. It looks more like here, or right over the O. But you take that, and you put it there to adjust the points here. And the points look pretty clean. I'm not sure if I put in new ones or not. It feels a little loose. So I'm gonna take a piece of sandpaper and clean the contacts first. You see that there's a gap there. You can't clean them when they're like that. You can clean them when they're like this. Fingernail emery board. Should do it. You take a piece of paper and just drag them through the points. They're pretty clean. I don't really see much residual. I'll do that a couple of times. You just want this to slide in there. And it seems like it's set pretty darn close. I got the points at their widest place, which is not where that little star thing was. Okay, I'm going to wrap a rope on the flywheel. Oh, you see those sparks? Look pretty healthy. These are different plugs too, and they're not right plugs for the engine, as far as I know. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, I don't have it in any water or anything like that. I just put some gas in it. Yeah, put it on the boat. Start it up if you can. I don't know. Sounds pretty good though. Okay, I took the boat out. You're just staring at the computer screen now on how to adjust the points because the camera OD'd out there, just stopped. I got it running. It would run. It was putting along just like yesterday, you know. It felt like it was running on one cylinder. Then, like after about 10 minutes, all of a sudden it started picking up. It started feeling stronger. I'm like, yahoo! Somehow the Italian tune-up, which means leave it wide open and just go for it, seemed to kick in. That lasted about 10 seconds, and it would kind of crank down and just quit. But it would start up again, and it would seem good. It almost seems like it will run well. So now I think maybe I'm going to take off the carburetor, although I'm sure I've been in there before, and see if that'll make a difference cleaning that up. I think I've replaced the fuel pump before, or the components of it. I'm not sure if it was the whole thing or whatever. But that's, I guess, what we're going to try next. Kind of feel like leaving the engine on the boat. It's such a pain in the ass to take it off. But okay, we'll take it off.